Boom, we are live. We're back. Say LFC, back with your boy. And I'm here. Quick match preview. I've got special guests. Had to bring in the ops for this. You know, from Haaland FC and that. Jesus, Haaland.
Wow.
It is what it is, man. But nah, listen. Love for everyone that's inside. Love for everyone that will jump in. Everyone that watches on the replay. Much appreciated. Please hit the like button. Please go over to Veta Games. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Show him some love. We are ops, but it's people like it's ops like him. Let me make sure I'm getting my It's ops like him that make what was not now, because I'm not even having it as a rivalry, but what was a rivalry when we were in a rivals. It made it very, very hard when you've got cultured, honest, nice guys like this, and you're just trying to do smoke, and you can't even really bring chess because they're just nice guys. But no, honestly, one of the realest guys on YouTube, and much appreciated. Veta, welcome. Talk to me. How you feeling?
My man. That intro is so fitting, and you're absolutely right. There's one thing: hating the ops, hating the club, hating some of the fan base. I'll be honest with you. You don't fall in that category. I tune into your show often because I want to hear that different perspective. I rate it. It's not like everything else. It's kind of like the same old. How you guys talk with your crew is what I respect. And the rivalry is based off of the clubs, not the people. And I appreciate you having me on the show.
No, come on, man. Always. And you know we keep it real over here, man. We keep it real. And I had to start that because you listen, it was I was one of the ones that my heart broke when we lost the Champions League last season. People were like, listen, you know, we came close. It was what it was. I was of a different ilk. I was fuming because to me, if I'm being honest, there really isn't a rivalry now. There's no rivalry. Like we ain't even really. But for me to have had a little toe in the game, a little bit of, do you know what I mean? We needed that Champions League. Do you know? As soon as it went, I said, I'm not involved in this. This is the Pep era. We're all here to salute him. We was there for a little bit, but this whole Pep Klopp era, I'm not having it.
I hear that. But the fights, this is it. Last 4 or 5 years, we can't ignore that it's always been a fight between us. It's always been, we don't know who's going to win. We don't know who's going to come out with the outcome. And the mere fact that recently it's been draws between us. I mean, I know in the league it's been draws, but Community Shield, I wanted that. I know it's not a big one, but I wanted that. The same thing. I know we talk about rivalries, but I wanted that. Klopp, Liverpool, this squad, you guys got all the trophies. I want to at least hold that away from you guys, but you guys got that. And then last year's FA Cup, I'm telling you, I was bunning too. I wanted that. So the rivalry maybe big scheme era if we're keeping score. But
you're so nice. You're too nice of a guy. You're too nice of a guy, bro. Look at the things you're talking about. Man's talking about trying to make me feel better. Talking about Community Shield and FA Cup.
No. I think you're missing it. Because the thing is, it's not a niceness. I didn't want you guys to have anything though. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that, but FA Cup and listen, you know what let me tell you firsthand, yeah? And big up everyone that's in the chat. Love, like I said, keep hitting that like button so it grows and people see this. Bro, that Community Shield, Veta, yeah, was I started the season off, yeah, by saying and you know, because you're very right, you're in a lot of my streams and you know I keep it real. And I said, looking at that summer, the thing is, let me start off by saying, Veta, like you said, between us two, we have always been going for the major trophies. So this season was an identity crisis for me. I literally didn't know how to look. I didn't know what to do with myself. Every season I go into it as, I don't care if these mofos beat us, but we're going to be there or thereabouts. The league needs us to be able to stop these guys from making it a farmers league. We're going to push. We're going to do what we're going to do. I'm too real of a person to ever do a 180 on how I think or what I said. I said, this season, everyone, I'm not hearing enough noise amongst the community, but this season is pivotal. You lot could do the madness, the treble, the freaking sec is Nah, brother.
No,
Nah, mate. I've
keep
been
that
saying,
low.
and
Keep
you
that
know I've
low.
been saying it. I've been
Keep
saying
it
it.
low.
So,
I know.
so I've been like, yo, we're the ones that are gonna come in. And then the summer, before we kicked the ball, I said, what's going on? We ain't gonna touch these lot. Like, so I didn't know how to address this the season. I didn't know I didn't know what was going on. I was like, we are dead. Vader knows, like he knows he's in. I'm not talking mess that we're now 10th.
No.
I said this early. Get me?
Yeah.
Vader, what that community shield did, yeah? Even me, I said, wow, maybe we're here to compete. Like, what's going on?
I know.
Bro,
I was
that
in the same
was
place.
the most bamboozling fraudery that I've ever seen in my life, brother.
I was confused too, though. I was confused too because I heard even before the season kicked off, and it's not just you. It's about like how you guys are going to go after it again. How is it going to be another season of us two? And I was hearing a little bit of the demise that's not happening. So I'm like, okay, let's go and get this community shield. I want to keep at least one trophy away from Klopp, away from Liverpool completing football. It didn't happen. And then the
manner as well.
Yeah, and the way it happened too. I was like, damn, new signing, Nunes scoring goals. I wasn't happy with it. But the fact that after that and how gassed, I'm not saying you because you also kept it real, but you said hey, there's a possibility here. Maybe it's not going after.
Before we went into that game, Vader, I said I don't care about the score. I just want to see how we play. And like I said, the manner, regardless of the score that we won, it gave me life. I said, yo, we actually are playing. Do you know what I'm saying? I still, like you said, I was very real, but I was like, yo, I was a lot more optimistic.
Yeah.
Because of that one game, Fulham happened. I said, yeah, I know. What was I thinking? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm still hesitant because as bad as you guys are looking right now, right? It doesn't go away though, because we know it's injuries that's really preventing you guys right now, and that doesn't go away. I don't know what the timeline is for some of your players coming back, but the Liverpool write-off in terms of the season's a write-off, maybe contesting us league-wise. But Liverpool writing off the season, you guys are still going to be a problem in the Champions League. You guys are still going to be a problem.
Big up Trudon. This was exactly what it was. That Com Shield game was magic and sorcery. That shit wasn't real, clearly. That's what I'm telling you, bro. What that did to the fan base was not. Hey, I'm telling you, I would have rather you have just got that. We would have known from jump. Like, listen, do you see what I'm saying? And at that time, correct me, Vader. Is the transfer market still open at that?
It was still open. It was still open.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, even though we were already dead, and the fact that we went and got Artemelo makes me feel like if we had maybe, you know what I mean, seen what we already knew earlier, we could have maybe pulled ourselves.
If the win didn't happen, if the win didn't happen, there would have been more movements to strengthen. I hear you.
Maybe I'm not saying it would because my board is still. Do you know what I mean? But it maybe they would have been like, raw. Hold on a second, and there would have been more noise. Do you know what I'm saying? But it didn't. It quashed it, and everything was blessed. Get to some of these comments. Big up Patrick, 2 City fan. Make sure you're going over and supporting my guy. Sammy said, I called Haaland the light-skinned Lukaku after the community shield. Now look, bro.
Yo, the talks were vicious.
And big up Sammy, though. Big up yourself. Like, us Trini, man, that's probably what it is about me, that I'm so real. At least man come out and he didn't have to say that. No one would have said that. Do you know what I mean? Like, certain man have to come. He owned it. You know what I mean? Because this guy is made in a lab, bro. He's outrageous. Man, we're going to get into score predictions, all of that. But I agree, but I don't think it's the win. I think we either draw or we get absolutely bent over. But we'll get into that. And big up Glasgow Red, man. Big up John Moore, man, my guy. Much love as always. All right, so Vader, let's just going into this. You're right. One thing that I will say, is we're like Little Wayne. We up our game for the person we're with. Do you know what I mean? Like, as bad of a state that we're in at the moment, and we are in a bad state, we will. I have no doubt that we will come and play. Do you know what I mean? Give you a game.
Yeah, you're at home.
We're at home. We don't generally lose at home. Do you know what I mean? However, I will stop you and say I'm not going to say that the injuries are piling up somewhat.
Yeah.
But our mediocre start to the season isn't just down to injuries. I'm going to be honest.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Yes, there's injuries that are starting to pile up now, but at the time we've been drawing with Fulham, Crystal Palace, dropping points to all these man. And if you looked at we had, do you know what I'm saying? We had these man. It's a bigger thing. It's a bigger thing than just that. The injuries are now part of obviously not refreshing, and do you know what I mean? But I'm never going to be. It's not like that season before when we had no centre back. Where I was like,
right.
Do you see what I'm saying? We just got to keep.
I hear what you're saying. And going back to that, at the start of the season, I thought that the preseason talk about strengthening in your midfield. I'm like, okay, no, I hear that because you're looking at the entire season, what you're going to need to do. You know, players are going to get injured, so forth. But the losses that you talked about, that you can't really chalk that up to injury because that didn't really hit yet. And I thought some, not you, but I thought some of the fans, Liverpool fans, were doing the cop out. We're already talking about now we're losing these games because of the midfield. We should have strengthened. Nah, how I looked at it, I think some of the players themselves thought that, the badge says Liverpool. You guys should be in fear of us. And I thought there was just a slight, not the same aggressiveness, not the same control. Yeah, I chalk it up to that. At a point where it's like, you know what, Liverpool's going to turn it on. We'll turn it on, right? I looked at some of the fans, some of the players, and like they were playing like they were just going to turn on late in the game, and that just wasn't happening. So the midfield talk, I thought it was a little premature and it was an easy cop out. You guys, I think, started the season just like we're Liverpool, and those were the early losses in my opinion. I'm not going to put it on Klopp. I'm not going to put it on the player specifically because I think it's a combination. But you guys just took a while to get going, where normally you guys are firing.
I think That's a brilliant transition because I'm gonna get into our heads where we're at going into this game. Yeah, and that's I like the way in which you said that, looking from an opponent's point of view. There's 13, 14 people in here. Please stop what you're doing right now. Smash that like button. That's all I ask.
Every person hit that like.
Just smash the like button. Come back. That's it. Going into this game, it's a tough one for me personally, right? Because like I said, beginning of this season, it's dueling with City. I'm a very realistic fan. I looked at the lack of investment. I looked at the state of our team, right? The midfield talk comes from not just the fact of we haven't refreshed or haven't added a new toy or anything like that. When you look at it, the way in which we play ball, it's our engine room. The Gengen press, the heavy, it all starts from the midfield. The protection of the back four as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the midfield is everything. And when you look at the state of the midfield, it's the fact that we've got old players. We've got the likes of the Milners, the Hendersons. These are old players. Fabinho's, yeah? Coupled with the players that we do have are injury prone. Do you know what I mean? So none of them can be trusted. So it's not even like we have players that aren't up to the level, but they play, do you know what I mean? We don't even have, we're having a whole lot of injury prone players. Keita, the Oxlade-Chamberlains, do you know what I mean? So there is a heavy need to refresh the midfield. But I do agree with the cop-out because it's not the only place we need to refresh. Our right wing, we need to refresh because when Salah's not doing nothing, it's techie. Do you know what I mean?
Next? Yep.
What's next? We have nothing. And Fabinho, we've needed to refresh that DM for a while. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of the fact we did none of those things. So going into the season, I'm like, well, if we're not, I can tell that we're not going to compete. So I'm like, it's a write-off. And I foresaw what was going on. I said, we're going to be sick. People were saying, oh, I'm talking like, no. Shout out Ryan, we're going to win the league. I'm like, how? It's not even a case of form or anything like that. It's regardless of, like, we played the most games last season, yeah?
Yeah.
Chelsea, the victory in playing the most games is you did really well that season. Brilliant. regardless of whatever you go and do. But there is a deficit to that because you have played the most games in the season. Do you see where I'm coming from? Yeah. So even if you had younger players that were all extremely fit, there would be the mental fatigue. Then you add on, you don't have that, so you've got physical fatigue. So there was a need to refresh, regardless of even if these players were who we thought were on point, and they weren't. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I started to look, and I said, look, listen, we're done out here. I need us to be 6th, 7th, because what I need to do, because what in terms of what you said, in terms of some of our fan base, we're deluded.
No, deluded. I know that. Yeah.
Straight up deluded, bro. You're hearing certain man talking about, and they have no real reason. They couldn't tell you why, but they're like, yo, we got to get into top 4. Yo, we got to get... How the fuck did becoming Man City's biggest competitor, all of a sudden, you're just happy to take a top 4 race, but you're given no explanation to it. Yeah. Why? What's going on? Yeah. Like, I don't understand it. Because of that, it pissed me off. I said, you know what? I need us to finish 6th so that these men can then only that will take people to look into themselves and be like, whoa, actually, like, what's going on? Because anything else, if we get 4th, the tone will be, oh, but we got 4th, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my thing. Very quickly. Now I've changed. I'm like, actually, I need us to get 4th because my fan base is stupid, and the only person that can save this team is Jude Bellingham. Yeah, he's the only player in world football. There is no other player in world football that can save.
He's the only target.
He's the only player. But if we get 6th, a large portion of my fan base would be, we couldn't get the one player that could save us because we didn't get Champions League football. And obviously, so I'm like, oh, damn. All right, cool. Peep this. I need us to get 4th. So we get 4th and we still don't get Jude Bellingham. Then we can... Do you see what I'm going? Like,
I see the logic. Yeah, I see the logic.
Do you see what I'm saying? Now I'm like, so I say all of that to say, this game, for me, holds a little bit more importance than it did before, because I was like, let's just go and get spanked. I don't care. Like, now I'm like, kind of need us to get 4th. I need to be engrossed in this little top 4 race. Yeah. I'm not one of those men, because I could tell you exactly what's going on, why I now think that, as I have done, but I still need us to get 4th. And so I need this game is a little bit more, you know what I mean? It's a little bit more important to me, even though ultimately I think we're going to get smoked. Where's your head at going into this game on your side?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the most confidence I'm having going into this game.
Why? And the reason,
So in the past, it's great for as
talk
great as our
your shit, mate, Tom, bro. Talk your shit. Come on, man.
I still have another day, man. I'm trying to stay calm here, because if I get too crazy, I won't have anything left tomorrow. But let me say this: the confidence is because of what I've seen, right? The confidence is because of what I've seen from Liverpool, how you played, how you dealt with the other quote unquote challenging teams, right? I saw, and again, I had my doubts. I did not expect United to get that win off you guys. I did not. As your form was, as you guys have been playing, I thought, nah, that's still a Liverpool win.
I also didn't. As much as shit as I was talking, I was like, nah.
It was a surprise. It was a surprise win. I don't think we can argue that. Now, despite the result, and this is why I'm trying to stay calm, but I still have the confidence. Despite the result against Arsenal, it was still a back and forth. It was still flawless, that guy.
Bro, leave him, bro. Leave him. Don't let him knock you off your train of thought. Keep
going. No. I'm straight. But despite that result against Arsenal, it was still a fight. Yeah, they got the win, but it was still a fight. And that's the Liverpool that I'm like, I'm confident. But when we play, it's always edgy. And let me get this win. Now, I want, and this is because, like you mentioned, it's not the historic rivalry, but it's been the rivalry going back and forth. It's also been some of the Liverpool men that have talked crazy, talking about the best of everything and really killing my manager, talking about at your heights. Some of your fan base were just laying it on thick. It was unavoidable. I could not get past it. I couldn't turn on socials. I couldn't check out a channel. Even some of the, no disrespect, even some of the guests you've had on your show, I'm like, yo, I need to get on. These guys are wilding. That's why I want this. That's why I want this win so bad. And I want this win, if at all possible, I want this win to be an embarrassing one, if possible. If possible, because I don't think I'm going to get another opportunity like this. You guys are going to strengthen up. There's no doubt about it. Whether you do it in January or whether you do it at the end of the season, coming into Anfield with the way you guys are right now, I may not see this again.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
the embarrassment that you want, is that over us full stop, or is it because specifically it's at Anfield and you'd like to actually turn us over at Anfield? Like that.
It's because it's at Anfield. It's because it's at Anfield. It's like the legendary. You see why always me behind me. It's like the Balotelli moment. I want something like that. I want to, the same way flawless was in the comments. I want to see, no disrespect, it's not to you. I have respect to you, but I want to see Liverpool Anfield fans walking out. I want to see.
This is the slot that I've needed from you, Vale, and you come to. I'm here for it. Don't worry, bro. Like this is injected, bro. Talk your shit, man. I'm here for it.
Okay. But that's what I want to see. I want to see those results where they pan to the stands and we see Liverpool fans walking out, and we hear the commentary like, they're leaving. They're not getting concessions. It's a wrap. That's what I want to see. Now, whether it happens, that's another story. If it does happen, trust me, channels like myself, True City fan, they're gonna have that clip on rewind. That's gonna be everywhere. But now the match itself, what you guys just did to the Rangers, and I have to point out, I think Klopp did a masterclass. I know he subbed off Salah in the previous match, and I think that was needed. When we were talking earlier about the start of the season and players,
needed, bro.
100%.
Much needed.
And I think there needed to be a message amongst the team when you were talking about personnel and how you guys approach things. I think the mere fact that some players weren't pulling their normal weight, some players weren't doing their normal coverage, some players weren't tracking back the way they should. And I'm not going to point out any specific names. You guys have had that conversation already. But some players need to get checked. And when you're able to pull off your best player, your highest paid player, and pull them off and be like, nah, let's fix up. That, I think, just triggered everybody. And now when you bring him on, for Salah, he needs to see the ball go in the net. He needs to get that confidence. Now when you bring him on, and I tweeted this, a little bit of trolling, but now when the game's in hand, 3-1, you're already up on Rangers, and you bring on Salah, and Salah's able to do his thing. And formation-wise, I also saw something different from Klopp, the way he set them up. Getting that hat trick in 6 whatever minutes, Salah's now mentally, he's peak right now. He's amped. He's like, nah, I still got it. So I think Klopp did a masterclass in terms of how he managed Salah and the squad itself. That's got me nervous. And it's in Anfield. Not an easy place to go. Now, the guys are going to be motivated. It is a different 11 that's coming in there, but we need to capitalize on this moment.
You're confident. That's what I needed to know. That's what I needed to know. I needed to see Big Head Vader. Like, you know what I mean? I needed to see chest. Like, yeah, bro. On your my channel, you know. I'm putting him on my channel, you know. Normally these Canadians are too nice, bro. They're just, like, man says, I need to see you embarrassed.
Yeah. I move like Drake with the subliminals.
Yeah, man. Like, come, man. I need them verbatim, bro. Listen, I got man in my team who think they're good enough to save themselves for World Cups, bro. Like, I need you to talk your shit, bro. You get me? Like, this is a different time. We're not. If this was like last season, this would be a different preview. I'd be coming, but I'm too real, bro. We've got coaching staff that are suggesting tactical ways of playing which will allow Mo Salah to be further away from the goal than he is, as well as him doing up far. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just don't make sense, bro. So I don't need you to come here and come and talk your shit. Not setting you up, bro, but we're on a joke thing. Sometimes you gotta feel, you know what I mean? You gotta feel it to know.
No. Exactly. Like, now let me point this out. Let me point this out.
Go on.
I think if you guys play the way you have been playing, if you play high up the pitch, because this is where I think the mistake has been. Klopp has always compressed. He's always played high up the pitch because it compresses everything. He's got his back line and he's got his forwards and obviously the midfield. They're all compressed in there, and it makes it difficult for any team to get out of. That's what I'm hoping happens, because other teams have gotten joy. They've gotten joy from that with the odd breaks and some of the challenges that they've missed. There's some of the play.
What did you
This
man?
guy,
What did you man in Europe, bro? What was the score in Europe? Some last minute. Did you get me? Well, you ain't different.
Flawless has got more base this year. I can't lie.
I know he's got base, you know. I'll be here for that, though.
year.
You get me? Like, it's just mad because we're not even moving shower, so I can't even, like, you know, they want to say I can't even. I still think they're gonna finish above us and that. It's techie, so I can't really give him the. Anyways. But yeah, I hear you.
But I think if Klopp does the same thing in terms of playing high up the pitch, really compressed, what I've seen from Van Dijk, what I've seen from Trent, but Trent's injured, has shown me a little cracks in the armor where like we can get at them in those spots. Now, I don't know who will be your back four. I don't know who your back four is going to be, and that's what I was hoping to kind of talk about later in the show. And then as we get further along with that, I then want to say, here's how I would like us to challenge based off of that. So there's a lot to break down. There's a lot to break down.
That's a nice little transition, innit? You get me? Big up my guy Jamie Phillips and that. Big up everyone that's in the chat. Please.
Yeah,
please
my city people.
Come on, you know like that. Come on, Dan.
Button.
I see you. Yeah, you hit that like button, man. We keep it neutral over here. So do you know what I mean? Subscribe if you haven't. And the rest of it. All right, let's get into lineups. I think that's a nice little segue. I'm gonna start because you said you wanna react.
You know
what?
What
you hear? Or
let me do this. Tell me. Let me know if it shows up on the screen, and I'd like you to tell me where I'm wrong with what I think your lineup's gonna be. Can we do that?
Okay. In terms of what I think is wrong, would it be my preference or what I think Klopp will play?
Either.
Cool.
This is what I think. All right, let me do this.
Go ahead.
Can you see that?
I can see. Let me.
So Nunez at the top.
Yeah. Jota on the left. Yeah. Salah on the right. Bobby in the middle.
Fabinho, Henderson.
Yeah.
Your back four, I got Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Konate, and Gomez.
That's exactly the team I've got.
Yo, that's why we here, my guy. That's why. It's the content that I get from your show. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, G. You know what it is as well? Shows, man, that man keep it neutral and consistent and don't change. You know, like that. Like no, bro. You're 100.
No agenda. No agendas here.
No agendas. Football. Yeah, bro. That's why I love this guy, bro. Hit that like button. Please make sure you're going over to Veta Games and doing the same and subscribing to my dog. But listen, the only thing with that, right, that I was thinking, it's 100% what I was going to go for. Even though Konate isn't 100%, I think there's some skepticism.
Is that mind game?
I don't know, I don't know if it is, regardless of whether it is or not. Big man, I'm playing him. 75% he's getting played. You know, them ones there, like,
what's the other option?
You put Joe Gomez there and have Milner's right back. Allow me. So, you get it? Like, he has to play. Or Nat Phillips. Allow me.
I would like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Allow me.
I would like that.
Nah, I know you'd like that. Look at your face, bro. You know like this. I'm outnumbered, I'm outgunned, because that is how the game is going to go. I like to create a feeling of the game. I feel this is how we're going to feel, like we are being just suffocated. Like that. Yeah. So with that, let me bring in my guy, man. Like, hey, he telling me, Patrick, what's going on? Come on.
How you doing, man? I just got from work. It was quiet.
I thought I might as well just allow you to jump in on the beating and that is what it is. No. You know what I'm saying?
I just told the other
guy that. Come on.
Yeah, I just told the other guy, I'm like, man, it's not popping here. I'm leaving. I'm tired of leaving. But anyway, man, thanks for having me. Vita, how you doing, man?
I'm good. True City. Respect, my guy.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about tomorrow's player session, church, and pleasant worship session tomorrow. So
we're getting exercise. You know, exorcism.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah.
you know when they bring the offering
demons,
round,
get the demons out.
You know when you bring the offering round and you put it in, and the man just looking at you. You just have to just go back into your pockets and
there you gotta go
empty
back.
it off, man. That's what you're doing to us, man. We just empty it off into the it's techie.
I don't know. I've been obviously I've been on few streams. I was with Mons. Shout out to Mons, and I just have a feeling that this can go either way. You know, it can go away where you guys come with pride and you manage to not beat the team, because the beating part, I'm removing that. Like the same way as United, I told them, I was like, I'm not being cocky, but I just don't see you guys beating us, because there used to be a City team that when it's down by 2 goals, we used to put our heads down. But after the Madrid thing, it's as if Madrid gave us a new sort of lesson in life. This Man City team doesn't give up. So what's giving me confidence is this sense. It's the fact that Klopp is stubborn and he's not going to drop the high line. He's not going to drop how you play. And you've been at Anfield. I think if you were at the Etihad, we could have been under pressure ourselves, you know, because you guys are coming. It was a must for us to do something. But now you've been at Anfield. I'm pretty sure the fans wouldn't allow you to park a bus. So that's the thing I'm happy about, because I know you're not going to park the bus. You're going to go toe to toe. But watching you guys, even in the Rangers 7-2, I noticed that Rangers were able to rip you apart a few times, like 7 times they were able to go through you, but they couldn't finish. I kept on saying, imagine if you take Man City ripping you like that. I'm pretty sure one will go in. So that's the confidence I have. But the thing is, it's at Anfield. So I think you guys put you put a fight. You will put a fight. And sadly, I don't know if it's mind games that Konate is injured. I think it's mind games. I don't buy it. But
apparently, my guy Roms has just said, no Thiago as well. That's
okay. Let me repeat this.
What?
If it's not mind games that Konate Thiago is gone, lads.
That changes a lot. That changes a lot.
You know,
they should cancel the game. They should cancel the game because it's not fair. It's bullying. It's not fair. No. It's not even a fair fight. So they should just say, you know what, allow it. You don't have the 3 points.
No, but I think it's mind games. I think it's mind games. I think they'll show up. They will show up. I've seen Pep do this before. I've seen Pep say Raheem is not playing, and Mourinho said, no, I don't believe it. Mourinho called it out and said no, and Raheem showed up.
In all honesty, this is the thing. Konate, whether it's mind games or not, and I said this to Veta, he plays. I think he plays because the substitute isn't, and he's 21. You know them dark-skinned African youths, like he's cool, bro. His 75% for most men will be fine. I think he plays. Thiago, on the other hand, is a totally different animal. If he's out, he is out. Do you know them ones there? I
get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? There isn't he's out. There isn't a. So it's like that is because I was gonna say prior to when you came in, we were literally just doing lineups. So we'll just go. It was for me the midfield of what I was gonna have actually. I remembered was either going to be Thiago and Fabinho, and have Bobby in the 10. Okay. I was gonna have Bobby but the only thing with that is then I don't know if we get outrun in that midfield. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know if that midfield is going to be
how good
industrious enough.
Pressing this Firmino, not the old Firmino. Firmino was good at pressing back in the days. Does he still have the energy and the legs?
The thing is, with that formation, I don't necessarily. What I've been saying about Bobby, is, and what I've been impressed about is that he's been getting on the end of the moves as an actual number 9. He was doing a lot of work pressing, doing in the middle, but then when it got to he's not there. A lot of the goals now he's there. He's the one I like that. But for this game, I maybe wouldn't need him to do that because we've got Nunes, we've got Jota, we'll have. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe just concentrate on actually helping out.
Yeah,
Thiago and Fabinho, do you know what I mean? And then not break a gut to have to be on the end of the move kind of thing, because do you see what I'm saying? It's either that or we go back to the three of Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, just because I think it's more industrious. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
could
solid,
Nunes switch out for Firmino and Firmino actually play up top and Nunes comes off? He wouldn't do that. Okay.
I know for a fact he wouldn't play Bobby as that out and out 9.
Gotcha.
Not while Nunes there. He wouldn't. Just because he'll think that what he loses, but what Bobby loses creatively in that position isn't worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Got it. Yep.
He'd rather sit him out and then bring him on. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mind that. It gives us, because the only thing with this formation as well is it gives us very little off the bench. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It gives us very little off the bench. We are literally kids. Do you see what I'm saying? We have to come out and do the thing. So I'm not actually sure in terms of the midfield. Also, I would start Robbo as well instead of Tsimikas. Because Robbo started Robbo only because he came back in Champions League. He came back in that Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Looked good. So and for this game, someone said something. I think it was Monts on my channel, actually. So I don't want to take a next man's thing. And I was like, you know what? You might be right. With Liverpool fans, we get starved of rotation. Like let's be honest, and this is coming from a real fan, We are starved of funding, of actual investment in that and all of that. Cool. But our actual team, when we have it, we are starved of rotation. Klopp is a very, you're playing. Okay. So sometimes what we find is when we have a deputy who we think is capable, we maybe big them up more than we know to be, because we don't get to see them that often. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We see them in 1-2 games. Tsimikas came in 1-2 times, and we were like, "Yo, he's bringing in everything we need," but we never got to see him. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we never got to see him. Then we did. And not to say that he's bad, because Tsimikas is not bad at all. I actually really rate Tsimikas, and again,
he looks like a good backup though.
Looks like a very good.
Yeah,
but
I see
but
that.
Patrick, prior to me seeing that, I thought he was on Robbo's level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is what everybody does. This is what you do.
Because you don't get to actually. And now I actually see him for a run. I'm like, you know what? You are a very good backup, adequate backup, and you bring things that Robbo don't. But I get it. Whereas because we didn't see, do you see what I'm saying? So
I know. Especially you think if he comes in, he's better off.
Yeah, and so like, especially for a game like this, Tsimikas. I'm just explaining do you know what I mean? I want to give you actual. Other than that, everything else I think pretty much is what I'd start Nunes for this, because he's on good form as well. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense for he's actually now starting to show good form, and we as a team, not more him, but we as a team are starting to. You see, with you, it's easier for you because Haaland instigates the way he wants to play. He doesn't like football. Doesn't want to play football. Do you understand? Like, he doesn't want to.
I was with you until you said he doesn't like to play football.
He doesn't like to play football, bro. Like, he knows that man ain't Grealish. Like, he don't overdo shit. You give him the ball, he's like, "Where's my wingers? Yo, big man, take this." And he's gone. Let me go.
Oh, I get what you mean. So he sort of just affects. I get it. Well, because as soon as he gets it, he's looking for somebody.
Give Haaland the ball around the center area, and if he's not one-on-one, the guy's heads up. I don't need this here. Like, big man, take it. Let me head down. Let me go to somewhere I can affect the game. So it motivates you as a team to know, you know exactly how to play, because the guys, boom, when I get there, send it back and I'll do my thing. Is it?
Yeah.
We haven't, as a team, figured out quite the best way to play with Nunes. Do you know what I mean? He's not like Haaland. Sometimes he will have the ball and try and play a little. Do you know what I'm saying? And
well, the reason why I asked,
too much, bro. Play too much, bro. Just give man the ball, run to where you need to affect the man.
Spot.
Get into the spot. And there's a couple of times, even in the Rangers game, in that way, he's one-on-one with the thingy, and you would expect us to let the ball off. Like, you lot as a team have ingrained, as soon as you see that, De Bruyne is giving the ball, Foden's giving the ball, Bernard giving the. We are doing some next style. I'm like, no, brother, this is. Do you see what I'm saying? So it takes a while for us to incorporate the way to play.
No,
we're now starting to do that. It don't make sense to bench him. So just get me. That's us. That's our team. You man,
The
go.
reason-
Let me know.
So
You know how? Let me know. Let me know. You know, like them. You know them action movies where they've got the guy on the chair, and then the guy brings out the suitcase full of instruments and starts putting them down. Like, you know, there was there. Start showing me which bomber claw instruments you're gonna slice and dice us with. Go.
This guy's okay. The reason why I want to do the lineup and visually look at it is because I had an idea of, we see where your strengths are based off of it, and we kind of see where your weaknesses are. And I'm gonna put up my guess. Patrick, you tell me if you have a difference of opinion with regards to R11. But I'm gonna put this on screen. So I put up, and I'll say it out loud in case it's hard to see. Holland up top, Grealish on the left, Foden on the right. We have to put Silva because Silva loves playing against Liverpool.
He does.
KDB,
he
he absolutely hates you guys.
I hate that, bro.
KDB and Rodri. Now, this back four can be anything. I don't know what Pep's gonna do, but here's where I was guessing at. I had Ake on the left. I had Laporte, left center back. I had Akanji, right center back, and I had Cancelo on the right. Now, the reason why I did this, Patrick, you counter me, but let me give you my reason for this, is because I think this back four allows, again, that attack that's going to come from the right-hand side with Salah. I think Ake can be the best option defensively. I think he can be the best option defensively with regards to what Salah is going to be constantly bringing us. You know what I mean? He's going to be relentless. I think I'd rather Ake there than Cancelo. Now,
yeah.
Now,
it's either way though, isn't it? Because last time
it is.
Like I remember I was with Liverpool fans keep saying, "Oh, Salah cooked Cancelo," but he cooked him once. That's when he dropped everybody to the floor, including Bernardo Silva. But majority of the time, Cancelo was defending well against Salah. It depends also on Pep, because don't forget this. Our main man Jack, if he's playing, he needs Cancelo. He does okay. No, he doesn't need Cancelo because I think they always
always want to go into the same space.
Yeah, but if Jack is tucking, remember, if Jack is tucking in and Cancelo is at the left, Cancelo is the one given the responsibility to cook whoever, and Jack goes in and becomes one of the middle ones. But look, the thing about Man City is, even if it's Akanji at the right, don't forget we'll form a back three, isn't it? So Ake will be the back three, Laporte and Akanji. So even if it's Akanji at the right and it's Diaz, it forms another back three, and then Cancelo at the left to be free. So whatever happens is Cancelo is going to be free somewhere. That's what I enjoy about the whole Pep thing. That's why I think he brought Akanji, because he wanted people who are fast with Ake. Because if you think about it, right, with this Liverpool team where, yes, confidence is there after the Rangers, but where they can get got at, and you tell Cancelo you're free, you don't need to defend. There's three guys who are going to look after you, as always they do. I think he can cook people. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Him just being free. But I see where you're going. And this is a good idea because Ake will be solid, will not go front. So he'll keep Salah quiet. In that way, Jack does. And Salah doesn't track back a lot. I've noticed he tracks back in the days he used to. It used to be Mane who tracks back a lot. I don't know if I'm wrong. But every time I watch Salah, doesn't do it a lot. So basically, it's going to be Jack versus whoever is Gomez or Milner, whoever is there. And I see it.
And our left-hand side, bro. That's why our left-hand side is the weakest. So
but the thing is, the person that attack is not there this time. So
or our right-hand side, your left-hand side.
Yeah. Another reason why I was like, yo, let's try. I have no idea what Pep's gonna do. Right? This is me FIFA right now. If I'm gonna put up the squad playing against Liverpool, but I just can see Salah getting behind Cancelo if Cancelo's on that side. Because we know Cancelo's going up the pitch. We know he's going to try to be creative. We know he's going to look for his. So that's why I was like, you know what? Put him on the other side. Have him deal with that. And then Akanji, who's shown to have great pace. He can cover up and maybe fall back. So that's kind of like the 11 I'm looking at. Now, we kind of jump between sides, and let me get my mouse here. But I think we're attacking the right side.
Just before you say that,
Liverpool.
sorry, Roms, you're right. Yeah, I slipped up, bro. Since there's the heat, I did have Thiago in my team. In actual fact, I had him in both sets of three. I just don't know which three I'm going with. So Roms, help me out, and people in the chat, let me know. I'm thinking, and I know that this is what Klopp's thinking. Klopp's thinking, do I either go lone DM of Fabinho and Thiago and Henderson, or do up either Henderson and Thiago with Bobby as the 10. I personally would go Fabinho and Thiago because that then. But Thiago for me is the one person that stays in all three of those. Do you know what I mean? Combinations. It's either the two DMs and you're losing an 8 really, and you're playing that 10, or you're doing one DM and you're playing 2 8s. But who are those 2 8s? Because our right side is and you know what it is. I personally think, in actual fact, I think I would go Fabinho, Thiago, and Bobby. Because the reason I would need Henderson specifically in the team, especially on that right side, well, only on that right side, is to cover Trent, who isn't playing. Do you see it? So,
no, I get what
in actual fact, if Trent was playing, then it changes things because he always needs protection. Do you see what I'm saying? So then that freak is different. He ain't playing. So in actual fact, keep it Fabinho and Thiago.
Keep it like that. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be Fabinho and Thiago and Bobby in the. So very attacking.
Right. Yeah,
that's a very strong lineup, though. Like at the end of the
it
day,
is.
Look. This is the funny thing. People don't get it. This might not go as bad. This might not go as bad as people think it will. Because to be honest with you, everybody, especially Liverpool fans, are like, "Oh, we're dusted, we're done." But there's pride in these players, and there is pride, especially when they see somebody like City walk into town. They might see Newcastle, they might not give 100%. They might see Man United, they'll be like, it's United, Arsenal. But when they see the guys who've ruined their lives every single season, they'll be like, you know what, we're not going to let, yes, we've been bad, but we're not letting these guys get one over us. So it goes either way. That's the thing is, look, if I was in your situation, it goes either way. Because I'm thinking as a fan, a Man City fan, it's either these guys, the pride comes in and they give a fight because it's Anfield. But I also think is like, if you guys are that bad, like what we've been seeing is happening, I also feel sorry because I was like, if they're that bad and they come with what I saw in the first half with Rangers, I think it might be dark. It might be one of the most darkest days ever.
It's you know what it is for me, yeah. And we're gonna get in. We're gonna literally get into the score lines now as well, yeah. Before we close out, but it's a difficult one because I've said this before. Big up my guy Lee Gunner. Lee Gunner used to say, yeah, he didn't care for pointless runs of form because in his eyes, what the goal was the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? That was the ultimate goal. Now, if you're not in a place to get that, then anything subsequently that you do after that doesn't really mean anything. And I had an issue with what he was saying because I was like, yeah, but it's Arsenal and you were never... your remit was to get into maybe top 4. Your remit was never to win that was not your objective. So runs of form, in order for you to then get to your objective, are meaningful because you can learn to that and it gets you a step. However, now that I'm in the position that I'm in, I'm like, I see where he's coming from, but not from a place of Arsenal because I'm Liverpool, because our only objective is to challenge you. If we're not challenging you, then anything else for me is pointless. So meaningless runs of form for me are like, so in terms of like, so when I say that we're dusted in the longevity of the season. I look at it and think we're never going to win the league. So I don't care about anything else. This one-off game, yeah, we're likely to show up and we're likely to maybe get something. You're muted.
So what you're trying to say is,
I got a point.
Yeah. So what you're trying to say is, you let's say tomorrow you beat City, right? And somehow, like I said, these are top professionals. At the end of the day, even Pep knows and our players know, And maybe that's why I keep thinking at the back of my head that City won't take the foot off the gas with you guys because they know who you are. And maybe that's even why it's worse. That's why there's two sides to this story. It's either you guys say it's Man City, these are the guys who have ruined it for us. That's the speech you can give as a coach. These are the guys that have depressed us at this moment. Let's show them that even if we don't compete with them this season, let's show them who we are. I don't care if we don't win the title. Let's beat these guys. At least our fans will be behind us and say, because they would. Trust me, the Liverpool fans don't want to admit, but they hate City. I hate Liverpool, and
we don't hate City. We hate your success.
Yeah,
we hate Man United.
Yeah, but
you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
you wouldn't hate you.
Yeah, but I think you guys, you always want to get one over City. You have to get one over City because we also want to get one over you because it's you and us. Because most times right now, for the past 5 years, who's been talking? City fans and Liverpool fans. And the other fans, they just hate. That's why I don't buy sense. They say, oh, you guys love each other and hug each other. It's because you're jealous. It's one of those moments where people are in VIP and you're watching from outside and they're like, how do I get to VIP? No, you can't get to VIP. So I just feel like there's always an up level you guys get to. So even if you're bad right now or you're dusted, you will bring a certain level which you'll be like, wow, is that the same team just because it's City? But all I'm trying to understand is
ultimately,
I get where you're coming from. You're telling me that even if you beat City 5-0 and have a bad season and not compete, it just doesn't look great at all. You're like, what the fuck was that for?
I was saying to Vater, yeah, that Charity Shield game was how did Trudon put it? Magic and sorcery. And basically what I'm saying is they won't get me like that again, regardless if they beat you. Because ultimately, do you know what I mean? The next game, what they're doing is raising their level for you, man, to then go, whew, that's not good enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
Here's where I gotta push back a little bit with what you just mentioned and what Lee Gunner. When I hear some fans that say, I'm accustomed to us winning. Well, there was a time where you weren't. There was a time where you had to build up to that. How's your standard for the club always going to be at the pinnacle? Like you have to watch the journey. You have to watch these battles. You have to you have to assess even some of these runs in form, because I say all that because at the end of the season, it's like skipping all the pages in a book and just reading the conclusion. Like it doesn't tell the story. So last year with you guys and us, when we've had our failures, if I were just to look at the trophies that we won and say, okay, I know what happened within the season, it's not accurate. But I want to see the runs in form, because I want to see why we're good and why we're not. I want to see these moments when we step up and play exceptionally well, or when we don't. I think that's the important part from a fan standpoint, because you can't always hold the club and the players to the peak levels. Now, expecting your club to always improve and get better and be one of those challengers and be in the mix, I agree with you. Like you're not gonna be satisfied with underperformance, but you still need to watch the club as it progresses there and see how it grows, because that's what this whole thing is about. Why else are we making content throughout these matches instead of just making it on the last day of the season? These run of forms are important. I want to see how we play against you guys, because again, like Patrick said, this history of us going back and forth, it's not just erased, man. I
hear you, but it means something when I believe in it going somewhere. Like last season, we had.
But it could.
No, it ain't. Arguably,
wait, do you think this could catapult them to?
Hold on, Patrick. Hold on. Saint, you can't see Arsenal falling off. You can't see United lose.
What's falling off? I don't think they're falling off.
Coming
out
back.
of Togo? No.
Well, as you can't see yourself coming up and them falling down.
No, I don't see us. No way, no how. Clip this. I do not see us, regardless of what happens. And I don't think that Arsenal win the league, but I don't see us beating them. No, I would. Even we come fourth, they come third, they come second. We don't know. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
This is what I'm saying is like, this ain't bad form for me. Like this is a lot of things that we ain't gonna have time to go. But do you know what I mean? That culminately, we have arguably about 5 world-class players in our team. These are still the same 5 world-class players that we had last season.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that all you need to do is, do you know what I mean? Just a little bit. Don't do
Yeah.
it. And so I'm sitting there thinking, all right, let me see what you're doing. And then you do not. I'm like, nah, I'm not here for it. You see, that's what it is.
I see where you.
If it was, I've said to certain people, we've got here playing the same way, and I've seen nothing. If we'd got here playing a different system, playing different, and we were still here, I'd be like, yo, you man, just wait till we click, and then do you know what I mean? And we do our. I would be different. I would be like, bro. We only just got the game that we won 7-1 is when Klopp said, you know, let me change this. This is too late, bro. When you think we're gonna challenge for fucking, what are you talking about, bro? Like, nah. It's not that.
I'm with you.
You understand where I'm coming from? Like, you know what I'm saying? This isn't a knee jerk or nothing like that. I'm like, ultimately, I do not see us. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see it. So that's why. But listen. I think I've held up my end as much as I can. I ain't even trying to be defeatist, but I've been as honest as I possibly can. Do you get me? I've had 2 C-Dons just, do you know what I mean? They're just doing their team pause, and I'm here. So, with no further ado, I don't even know if I want to do this, bro. Let's get into the score predictions. Patrick, you go first.
I'm sticking to what I said yesterday on the Month's channel, so I'm not going to change from that. I see a 4-2. I see a point where just because it's Anfield, you guys bag in 2. But I said it also that the hard thing is, if it was the City from seasons ago or last season, I couldn't be saying this, that we're going to Anfield and we're going to do a 4-2. It's just the fact that every time we've gone to you guys, right? It's we're close to beating you. You know what I mean? Like, we're close to beating you, and I'm like, what the hell happened there? You guys always come back. Let's say we start off great, or you guys start off great, then we go score, and we're like 2-1 up at Anfield, and you guys come back, or you hit us. It's always like that. But we had certain players that when they go to Anfield, they used to freeze, or certain players that couldn't finish. Now, with that guy who was blonde hair, that tall fella, he doesn't care where he is. He doesn't care if it's Anfield. He doesn't care if it's anywhere. He even said before the United game, I'm so happy that I'm playing United. I can't wait. This has been my dream. And you know what happened to that? And United's defense, no offense, was better than the Liverpool defense when United came in. They were on form. But look at what he did to them. So I'm just thinking Haaland will be more pumped, because it was the Community Shield where pundits, some of them Liverpool fans, laughed at him, saying, look at this guy, look at this Don. And he said it in the interview with Gary Neville, that people laughed at me after the Community Shield because I missed, but I know who I am. So I'm pretty sure him looking at Liverpool and like, these are the first guys who almost got me embarrassed in England. Let me take it to a level, because he said himself that he's still on 60%. So I don't know what other percent. Vetter, I'm going to ask you.
Bumble Clark percent. Are you serious?
Yeah,
60%.
Yeah, Vetter, I'm going to ask you. I've been seeing you with that phone on many streams. Is that a landline or that's actually a mobile phone?
It's a mobile phone. What do you mean?
Is it? My God.
Hey, that's the old school 80s thing.
Jeez.
Are you know?
I have seen it 5 times. I've been holding my lip. Look at the screens when we're together and you bring them. I'm like, nah. I was like, nah.
So 4-2, yeah? Say that. Hey, come on.
Did you see that man open?
Yeah, let's get back to the football. Let's get back to the football.
Okay, look. Okay, I'm just feeling like, even if you guys maybe score, since I just have this other feeling because of the comeback City are having right now, it looks like they don't give up these days. I think they'll still go at you. So I think it's also up to you guys if you can hold on to that. But I was thinking, would you hold on to that?
I know. Trust me, man's on the burner. Believe me. Quickly, yeah. I know you might not have this the exact stat, but how many games roughly do you lose after scoring first? Not a lot.
Not rare, yeah. It's
Minimal.
it's only one. I remember Wolves, and we went to a red card, and that's how we lost. But we're two.
Bro.
After even the red card, we scored a second goal. Then Wolves pushed up, and it ended up.
You man are destined to score first, and that's my point. Like
that's the thing.
That's been a pattern. That's been a Liverpool.
You know what I'm looking
pattern.
at? That's the thing I like about like this new city is when we used to go down. Sometimes we used to draw. Remember, we used to draw. It used to become a draw, or we lose the game. But this new city doesn't give up. They want to make sure.
It's the wrong channel for that. It's the wrong channel. My channel will cook you. You can't be inconspicuous on my channel, G.
I know. So that's what I'm looking. I think 4-2, man. I think 4-2. I think Salah is gonna bag, and I think Nunes might actually bag in this one. Or Firmino, yeah. So 4-2. I go with 4-2.
So now I see Liverpool scoring twice. Because every time I close my eyes, I think about the match. I'm visualizing. I don't see how we keep Salah or Nunes off the score sheet. One of those two are scoring. And for whatever damn reason, I keep seeing a set piece goal. I see Van Dijk or I see Konate getting on one of those. And it's pissing me off every time I try to think about even our defensive matchups, how it might happen. I keep seeing that. Now, what Patrick alluded to with regards to our newest addition with and Holland is this man has a fire he's trying to have a magical season. Like whether it's individually, whether it's with regards to the club, he's trying to do something special. I think he's at least scoring once. And I think he or Foden is opening up the scoring.
And Foden is having the best season of his life, and he just signed a 5-year contract yesterday.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's a coincidence that they decided to keep it for
those two and how they're linking up with play. I see those guys kicking off the scoring now. I said this on HH show, Have Hope, and I'm saying the same thing. I think we just outlast you guys. Pause. I see us just getting a goal late and even going up 3. I see us up 3 within this leg. I don't know if it's 4-1. I don't know if it's 5-2. I see us with a difference of 3 goals. Come
down with the 5. You don't want to kill Sense. 5, man. 5 is holding 5.
No. Okay, but it's a 5. But this is what I'm trying to say. I think it's just
you can't kill me. I'm dead already.
I think it's a late thing. I don't think it happens like we're slapping and we're winning this game easy from jump. I think it's one of those where even at that later stage of the game, we kind of get that goal where it's like this game's put to bed.
I have a question for Sense. I think you and me were talking about it, Veda. Sorry for cutting you. I think you and me were saying on the hop hop thing. Since like as a Liverpool fan and the guys Liverpool fans are watching, I'm not saying it will happen, but you know what would it take for people to walk out of Anfield? Like the 4-0, the United one, they walked out at 3-0. Do you think a 4-0 first half that would walk out? Few people be like, F this.
4-0, Hondo. If you didn't have, you lot watched Terminator 2, yeah? Terminator.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You know the guy the T-1000. Yeah. If you didn't have T-1000 as your number 9 read boy, we might be like, all right, it's all right. Hondo, 4-0 with T-1000 still stretching his legs in that. Hell no, bro. Man,
you're walking out. I was just asking because I've never fair play to Anfield. I've never seen them like throughout the years. It's rare you walked out. Rare. It's rare.
I don't think if it was 4-0 and it'll be 4-0 and my man's on 2 goals, knowing that he's gonna bag a hattie or something. I think he's gonna be like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't see. That's just it. I don't see that. I see it. I see the game getting out of hand late. I see it late. I see that score late. Now I would hope for one of those games, right? Because that would be awesome. I get kind of chill and relax and not feel that stress. But I think it's going to be late goals.
I had 2 score lines. I'm going to tell you both score lines, and I'm going to tell you which one I'm favoring. Yeah, I had 2-2. Yeah,
we score first.
You score first. Been scoring first, bro. Like you're scoring first in all of these, yeah. 2-2, crazy one. Like you man might even go 2-0 up or something. Do you know what I mean? And the mad thing is us late, but I'm siding with 5-2. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's gonna be 5-2. I think you score first. I think it looks close for quite some time.
That's what I'm seeing it.
And then it just gets outrageous. And man just says, hey, big man, hold this boy, and it gets silly. But listen, that's it, man. Listen. Look, bro, this could have been a lot bloodier. I'm not gonna lie. It could have been a lot more ugly, but you lot, you know what I mean? That's how I know we ain't trying to do black on black violence. Like my brother's got me. You know them ones there. They said, listen.
We know we gotta host you. We know we gotta host you soon too, right? You're coming to Etihad too.
Come on.
That's the thing. That's the thing I've noticed. Like, look, sometimes you come with smoke, and the smoke you don't come with it now. This is 10 games. This is not when you start coming with smoke. Because I've seen people that go to they come to the channel, they'll smoke because they are the ones on form. Life is not like that. It's either
Arsenal
you drop
fans,
two.
Say it, Patrick. Say it, Patrick. Arsenal fans.
Okay. Arsenal fans.
I know that's what you're going to do. Yeah, come on.
That's what he's good at. Yeah.
Because mid-season, you never know. You drop and you come on that same channel, and you're like, how are you doing? And you're like,
it's techie. It's techie. Yeah, you don't even have you're coming on the channels and you don't even have your cam on and that. It's so long, like, you know, like that. It's just,
I've done that before.
Right? No clip.
I think I've done that before. Like I was like, somebody was like, "What's going?" I was like, "Man, I'm sick, man."
Then what's there? You're chilling.
My internet.
Oh my god, Marquez, my guy, 5-1. You know, Marquez is a staunch fan, so trust me, we know what time it is. But no, listen, it's been a good one. Thank you ever so much for jumping on. Nah, come on, man. Much appreciated. Thank you for being so humble. And that, please, Patrick, True City fan, make sure you lot are going over there. You're hitting that like button on this, but you're going over there and subscribing to both him and Veta Games. I will be on Veta Games for the reaction. I get home. I'm on holiday.
Shout out. Man's on holiday giving you guys the content. There better be all the likes of everybody that was watching this show.
Wait, are you on holiday right now?
Man's on holiday.
Liverpool better do something good for you. Imagine on holiday and you're no.
Bro, I was on holiday last time, and like Veta says, I never saw the Man U, so I was walking on the street with my I went downstairs. I said, babe, they're showing the game downstairs. Like, I don't even have to watch upstairs. I was downstairs in the lounge chilling. But I snuck out of there, bro. I snuck out of there saying we're going dinner. I took the top off, had to put on something. Bro, they've been embarrassing me on holiday, man. This ain't new. They've been doing this. So trust me, like, it's not long. No, but listen, love everyone inside. Please make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Thank you ever so much. Thanks for the guys. Like I said, they ain't even, bro, the time zones in these 3-man streams is crazy right now. So love, man. But yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, good man. Enjoy your holidays.
Yeah, man.
Safe, man. Appreciate it. Let's go.